By the end of July 1944, Soviet mechanized forces had reached the Gulf of Riga following their advance in the Kornaz and Sholi offensives, part of the final phases of Operation Bagration. The Soviet Second Guards Army had exploited a breach between the German 16th Army of Army Group North and the 3rd Panzer Army of Army Group Center, and severed the connection between them. The German counterattacks failed to restore it, and significant amounts of the German armed forces in the region were encircled or isolated, so the Germans made immediate plans for an offensive to restore the connection between the two army groups. A number of armored formations were assembled under Army Group Center in Courland with orders to attack towards Jelgava, cutting off the Soviet spearheads. The 40th Panzer Corps, with the 7th and 14th Panzer Divisions, the Grossdeutschland in the 1st Infantry Divisions, was assembled at Liepāja, in western Latvia, while the 39th Panzer Corps was assembled at Tauron in Lithuania. The operation commenced with an attack by the 7th Panzer Division on August 15, 1944 towards Kelm, in northwestern Lithuania. The main offensive began there, following day, but there was strong resistance against the 40th Panzer Corps from 10 Soviet infantry divisions supported by 3 artillery divisions and a number of anti-tank units. Von Sorkin's 39th Panzer Corps opened operations on August 18. Its left flank, a formation under Hyacinth Graf Strachwitz, followed a heavy artillery bombardment from the cruiser Prinz Eugen. Forces inside the pocket attacked to link up with Strachwitz's force. He reached the 16th Army by midday. By the 27th of August, the corridor between 3rd Panzer Army and 16th Army had been pushed to 18 miles in width. But the 16th had come under pressure from a Soviet offensive against Riga in Latvia. The operation had also failed in its ambitious objective of retaking Sholi, or of cutting off the 6th Guards Army threatening Riga. A second German spoiling attack was planned to destroy Marshal Ivan Bagramian's forces in the salient below Riga and push the front out to a straight line between the Sedgevold position and Sholi. The main strike force was the reorganized 39th Panzer Corps, with the 3rd Panzer Army having been placed under the temporary control of Army Group North. Their attack began on September 16, 1944, in response to the Soviet Riga offensive operation, but by the 19th it had ground to a halt in the face of intense Soviet resistance after having advanced a few miles. The Red Army attacked again on October 5. In the Memel offensive operation. On October 10, they reached the Baltic Sea and cut off Army Group North in what became known as the Courland Pocket. The German 28th was isolated from the remainder of the 3rd Panzer Army in a bridgehead at Mem.